What's going on, guys? Smooth Racing here, back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about the F1 2015 Force India car launch. So this happened then at 3 PM today, and on the screen right now you can see the car that was revealed, the livery certainly anyway, and I believe the nose is also F1 2015 spec as well, but I believe possibly the rest of the car will change by the time we get to Barcelona, which is where Force India are going to reveal their car properly. Because I do believe they're not going to be going to Jerez with the F1 2015 car, but they will probably be going with the F1 2014 car, and of course in the new F1 2015 colours. Of course, we've got some really nice silver, of course, replacing the white. We've got very nice black, which really does show up the sponsors. That was some of the reasons why Vijay Mallya and the Force India team, decided to go with the silver and the black. It really brings up the sponsors, of course, like NEC on this car for the first time. Of course, they also sponsor Sauber. You got Claro, Sahara Force India, of course. Sahara, of course, have been on there for ages. Smirnoff, of course, who came onto the car, I think, after Bahrain last year. So a lot of different sponsors on the Force India car. It's really great to see. It means they're going to be generating a lot of money for Force India, which hopefully will solve probably their biggest problem they've had in Formula 1, which is car development over the season. They've got really good brains, really good resources at the start of the year. Quite a bit of money to sort of spend at the start of the year. Getting a really good car for this Australia and beyond. But sadly, in the development race, they really do lag behind, and maybe that extra money that's coming in for the likes of NEC and the new drink sponsor which came in, I can't quite remember the name of, but because there are quite a lot. You can just see there are just so many sponsors on the Force India car this year, but I think it's really good to see like I mentioned before, compared to last year's car in terms of the livery. It's an interesting one. It's pretty close, to be honest. I really like last year's with the orange side pods. It's kind of like a mixture of McLaren and Force India. People are kind of comparing it to it. This is kind of the livery many people thought McLaren should have done last year. I'm guessing also the silver probably does represent the Mercedes, of course, powering them. They've kind of taken over kind of the silver team now, of course, with McLaren quite likely going to take over probably the white and red aspect. Of course, the white from the Force India. Force India no longer using white. I definitely will suspect that possibly Sauber as well, but certainly McLaren, I think, are going to go back to white and possibly a bit of red, like they did do pre-2014. Anyway, let's get a couple of your guys' opinions. We'll start over with Owen Quimby, #12, and he says, better looking than Williams, gonna cry now. Yeah, I think he obviously means about the nose. It definitely is better looking. If you guys haven't seen the Williams nose, then be sure to type it on Twitter, Google images, whatever, or just go on Sky Sports News or Autosport. You guys will find it. But yeah, I've got to agree with Owen there. Definitely looks better than the Williams front end, and of course the livery, it's probably down to debate. It's really, I think, down to personal preference if you like the Force India or the Williams better. But I think most people are going to agree that definitely they like the Force India in terms of the front end of the car. And here we are, then we have Aaron Bell, and he says it's an FW36 with the nose painted like a Marussia and the back like an early 2000s McLaren. So pretty interesting comparison there. And yeah, I've probably got to agree, to be honest. Yeah, front nose kind of looks like a Marussia, Red Bull, and I get what he means by the paints as well with, I can't remember which order they were in, but the kind of two colours at the front definitely looks like a Marussia. And the back, made like an early McLaren 2000s, although I'm not sure the back is actually final. That's actually going to be a 2015 car. It wasn't really clear, if it was just the livery or if it was just the car that was getting revealed. Obviously the livery's, being revealed for the 2015 season, but is it the whole car as well? I'm not quite sure, but anyway, I think, I say 75% of people really like this livery. There are a few people that like it, or don't like it, sorry, for example, like Dark Sonic, who says, ugly livery, two monotone colours and two dark colours. The design is otherwise good. I think, that's a fair comment. Like I said before, it's probably down to your opinion. I probably prefer, if they had a kind of orange side pods with maybe the silver lining where the orange is. It's just, what you kind of want, I suppose. It's a bit different to what they've had before, and I would just like to see, you know, more liveries like this, where they're kind of changing it, you know, year on year, a bit more bright. Definitely looks very slick, and you know, VJ Malia, Nico Hülkenberg, Sergio Perez, of course, going to be hoping that they'll be winning with this, or even, you know, on the podium. I think is probably a bit more realistic, but I think secretly, you know, they're targeting wins and podiums early on, which is probably a bit optimistic, you know, to hope for podiums, but certainly high points finishes I think would be great for the Force India team. And I think, you know, after a difficult start to the 2014 season, of course, Sergio Perez, you know, was doing really well in the second half. Hülkenberg kind of tailed off towards the end of the season, certainly, you know, after Hungary, that awful race for him. He never really recovered, but I think they're both going to come back really strong in 2015 and do probably have the best midfield lineup of anybody. I would definitely rate it, you know, higher than the likes of, you know, Sauber, Toro Rosso, Lotus. So it's a strong team for Force India, of course, with the Cologne wind tunnel as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it then for this video. You can see, of course, one last look at the Force India there. But I'm Sutil Racing then, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.